Okay, I'm gonna be quite honest. I legit thought I had Minnesota Twins merch. I do. It's this baseball cap, which you can clearly tell has been worn out. But it kind of later began to be a Alvin hat for Alvin and the because when I was little, I decided to make my own Alvin and the Chipmunks costume. And this Minnesota Twins cap later became a Alvin cap for my Alvin costume when I was a kid. So, yeah, that's the best of Twins merch you're gonna get, because I don't think I have much. Yeah, I don't think I have much Twins. A lot of Red Hawk stuff, but not Twins. Yeah, and I don't think many. I feel like Twins are more famous than Red Hawks, but even then, I don't think they're. Anyways, Little Big League. This is a movie I guess I kind of stumbled by accident again. I was just scrolling through TikTok one day, and oh, by the way, I want to let you guys know, I have a TikTok account again. I deleted it then because I thought TikTok was getting shut down, and so TikTok is back up again. I still have a TikTok account. I probably won't post things on there until I know for sure. I can post stuff on there because I don't want to post stuff on TikTok and then it be like, oh, nope, sorry. So, I used to have a TikTok, then I deleted it, then I brought it back. I'm still wary on posting things because, watch, they're going to say it's going to get shut down yet again. So, so I do want to set the record straight for that. Anyways, I kind of stumbled into this movie by accident again. I was scrolling through TikTok one day, and I saw a clip, and it was the clip. I saw one of the clips from the film, and instantly, I thought, maybe I should talk about this one because I don't know if this is because I feel like everybody who I have talked to about this film, the people that I know, I've known that it's a constant pattern that the only people who know about this movie are around the Fargo, North Dakota, Minnesota area. And that is this movie, Little Big League. I'm going to put this back in its book. But Little Big League. This was a movie I kind of grew up with as a kid. And I'm actually kind of shocked this one never bored me. Because I have a feeling, watching this back again, I feel like it kind of would. Now I understand it. I feel like I understand it more than I did when I was younger. And I kind of love it even more when I was younger. Compared to when I was younger. I feel like I love this one more than what I did when I was younger. Because I feel like when I first saw this movie, it was just like, okay, a baseball movie with this awesome kid who knows a lot about baseball. Okay. And I remember liking it, obviously, but, I don't think I had, and I knew it was also close to where we were, because I grew up, because I live in Fargo, in North Dakota, which is basically on the border of Minnesota. So, this movie obviously was close to where I was. But, I don't think it was, one where I was, loved it to death. Looking back at it, I kind of love it. And, yeah, I like it. Yeah, we'll get to that wound when we get there. There's a wound that I know I'm gonna cause pain to a lot of people. And it's going to make people say, did you really go there? I'm going to say, yeah, I did. So, what is this movie about? This movie is about this 12-year-old kid by the name of Billy Haywood. And he is a massive fan of baseball. He's a massive baseball fan. And, like, he knows every single detail of baseball. He knows a lot of big name players. He's just really into baseball. I don't know what else to say. And his grandfather owns the Minnesota Twins. His grandfather owns the Minnesota Twins Stadium. Well, his grandfather passes away, and in his grandfather's will, he gives Billy the Minnesota Twins. And so Billy Haywood, a 12-year-old kid, runs the Minnesota Twins. So his grandfather gives him the Twins, and he pretty much just runs it. The Minnesota Twins is pretty much his now. In a way. Well, not in a way. It really is. So, and eventually Billy does appoint himself as the new manager, and he pretty much just runs the stadium and whatnot. And I love this movie for multiple reasons. This movie really had no right to go this hard and this dramatic. This movie could have been one of those cases where, because this movie does have a PG rating. Sometimes I wonder why that is. In some scenes, but this movie has a PG rating, and this movie could have easily, because this movie came out in the same year that Blank Check came out, and Blank Check was pretty much about this kid who pretty much got like $1 million. I want to cover that movie eventually because I love that movie. And this movie came out in the same year that Blank Check did. What this movie could have done was done the Blank Check route, and that was dumb it down for kids. And this movie could have been a I'm the new leader of the Minnesota Twins. I'm going to tell you what to do because I'm the new boss. But Billy is... They don't do that. They don't do it. What they do is... Billy is legit serious on taking this new job. And obviously, a 12-year-old running a Minnesota Twins is unlikely and it's unrealistic. But this movie does take it on, I guess, sort of a realism route. Like, what if this did happen? Sort of. It feels realistic how they would do it. Again, not saying a 12-year-old is going to run the stadium, but how they do it feels realistic to the way where you could buy this actually happening. And Billy is, like, he wants the team to succeed. Even though he's 12 years old, you could tell that the Minnesota Twins is something he cares about, and he wants this team to succeed. Yes, he actually fires some people in this movie, but it's not like I'm a kid, and I'm gonna fire you, and fire you, and fire you, and fire you, and fire you. You know? He's not a mini Trump. When he fires people in the team, he fires them because a business move, like legit good reason for legit good business move, and also he fires them because it just makes sense for the team. And you actually kind of support his decisions to fire these people. And like when I first went back to this movie, I thought maybe this was like a 90, 80-minute movie, like an hour 20, hour 30-minute film. No, this movie is 2 hours long. And I completely forgot that it was 2 hours. Because this movie, even though it's 2 hours long, it just zooms by. This movie just zooms by. And it got to the point where, when I looked at the time mark, where I saw that we only had 10 minutes left. I'm like, what? This movie just zooms by, and like it uses its 2 hours effectively too, because this movie could have been like a short in and out. Here's this dumb movie about a kid who runs the team, and he makes stupid decisions because, he's a kid. But no, that's not what they do. They make this a 2-hour movie where a kid runs the team and he actually thinks about what is best for the team. And it actually made me really like Billy. Here's the thing. I remember when I was a little kid, when I first saw this movie, I had always made the joke saying, even though I knew Billy was a fictional character, even though I knew he was a fictional character and he didn't exist, I said when I was a little kid that I kind of always wanted to spend time with Billy because he just seems super cool. I'm 18 years old, and I've watched this movie, I saw this movie when I was a kid, and now going back to this film, I still kind of want to spend some time with Billy because, god damn it, this kid knows how to run this team. It's weird. They actually wrote this character very well. And how they ended this movie. They didn't need to give this a not perfect ending. But they did. And in some ways I think it's ballsy, but in some ways I think it is a legit good ending. So in the movie, throughout the entirety of the movie, Billy, even though he's having fun running the team, he doesn't think he's best suited or best qualified to run the team. Because even to Billy, he knows that he is a kid. Even in running the team, he fucks up. It got to the point where he just didn't know if he could do it. At least not at that moment. So what does he decide to do? He decides to retire. And he tells Mac, one of the people who works at the Twins, and tells him that he will let Mac be the new manager until Billy comes back. Because Billy said, I just want to focus on junior high, I just want to focus, and then maybe when I turn 18, come back to the Twins. That was a very ballsy ending that they chose. They could have just done a very stereotypical ending of, I'm gonna be at the Minnesota Twins forever and ever. But that's not how they ended it. Billy acknowledges that he's just a kid. He's gonna screw up. And screw up at the Twins. And he just wants to focus on life until he does go to the Twins. Because even to him, he knows that working at the Twins is going to be a dream come true. So, yeah. But yeah, and yeah, this movie really does use its runtime effectively, because this movie is 2 hours long. It is 2 hours long. And like I said many times, this movie could have been an hour 20, hour 30-minute movie where this kid just fucks up at the company and learns a lesson. No, they legit make this seem realistic as possible. Even with a storyline that's kind of unrealistic in of itself. But yeah. But yeah, like, I don't know. But yeah, and it sucks too, because this is a legit charming, sweet movie. I love everything about this film. The actors are just perfect for these roles. The director, who I just learned, the director of this, he had wrote stuff like he wrote North, and he wrote a Kangaroo Jack animated movie. So like, this director who sucks at writing is good at directing. Apparently, he sucks at writing, but he's good at directing for some reason. I don't know. The directing's just very good. And yeah, and I think, I don't know. I wish this movie got more attention. And I think growing up, knowing this movie was close to home, quite literally, it makes it even better. It makes it even good, you know? Yeah, that weirdly makes sense. But yeah. But, I don't know. I do know that this movie came out at a timing. Because this movie came out in 1994. Which at that point, and I did do a little bit of research on it. At that point, there's a players' strike in baseball. And they canceled their championships or whatnot and that was they canceled their championship game or whatnot. And that was the first time it's happened and that was the first time that it had happened since 1904. So like 90 years prior. And because of that, we had gotten a whole bunch of influx of baseball movies, such as The Sandlot, Rookie of the Year, Angels in the Outfield, and this. And I'm going to say something that is either going to piss a lot of people off, or for the people who love this movie, they might agree with me on this. This movie is better than Rookie of the Year. It is better than Angels in the Outfield. And, yes, I dare fucking pull this fucking button. It's better than The Sandlot. I said it. This movie has better directing, it's better acted, and it's just a better movie altogether. Angels, Sandlot, and Rookie, all three of them are dumbed down and whatnot. This one actually takes its time and takes it seriously. Yes, it cracks a joke here and there, but it's the most serious film compared to Rookie of the Year, Angels in the Outfield, and Sandlot. And I appreciate this being more serious. But yeah, there I said it. People will probably agree with me on Rookie and Angels. But yes, I dare fucking say that this is better than the fucking Sandlot. There. It legit is. So, sorry. And I'm not saying that because I live in the border of Minnesota. I say that because it legit is better. It's just a charming, sweet movie. And I wish this movie did get more attention. But, and it feels bad too because most of the people that I talk to about this movie, the only people who know about this movie that I know of are from the Fargo, Moorhead / Minnesota area, you know? So it kind of sucks a little, but I hope this movie gets more attention later on. And yes, I'm going to say this is a movie I actually wouldn't mind if they did a sequel. I wouldn't mind if we got like a Little Big League 2. If that's ever going to happen, I don't think so. I don't think we'd ever get a sequel to this because of how obscure this movie is and how forgotten it is. But, oh well, it's, yeah. But, do you know about this movie? And if so, do you love it like I do? Were you met on it, or did it piss you off? And most of all, did you grow up with it? Because I don't want to feel like shit if I'm one of the only reviewers on YouTube who knows about this movie. So, but yeah, so, let's see, can I still wear this? Forget the Alvin A. Yeah, so I would have to be moving my head quite a bit like this, like I'm doing the Macarena or some shit. Okay. But yeah. But with all that, one thing I do want to add for a quick second, why in the marketing did you have to have, even on promotional posters, why did you have to have, especially on the disc art, why did you have to have Billy Haywood blowing the fucking bubble gum while yelling at the umpire? And this is a reference to a scene that happens, by the way, where the umpire and Billy Haywood get into a huge fight. I don't want to say too much about that scene because out of every scene in the movie, that is a clip I would definitely recommend finding. That is the most funniest scene from the whole film. But like, even in the scene, Billy Haywood is not blowing a fucking piece of bubble gum. That is just stupid. And it just makes... And this is supposed to be a more dramatic movie, too. So, like, it's just stupid to me that they would just have Billy blow fucking bubblegum on the posters. That's not the movie. It's not campy, it's not goofy, it's not silly. Well, I guess the plot is. But, like, it takes the tone more seriously. God damn it. Oh, well. Maybe I'm the only one saying that, but oh well. Did you grow up with this movie? Did you love it? Did you grow up with this movie? And if so, did you love it? Were you met on it, or did it piss you off for some reason? I love this movie. I think it's charming. It's nice. It's a nice way to spend 2 hours. It really is. But, yeah, that's all, and yeah, see ya.